I always joke with him, this dynamic of a former player up there saying, yo, these guys suck and here's why. But you got into it early. You were potting real early. I think you're the pioneer there. I don't know if you take credit, but I think you are, as best I know.
The first active guy, baby. Whatever.
Yeah, you know, hey,
whatever.
Revolutionized the industry, no big deal.
Definitely takes credit.
As you should. Was media always the plan for you, or did somewhere it develop to like, yo, this is a lane for me?
I actually didn't really start the podcast because I was like, I'm going to have a career in media. I started it because I was curious if I could do something besides basketball. It was just simple. And then it became like, oh, I'll get some reps. I did a couple, countdown hits when I played for the Clippers. Like, do I like it? And then I just, honestly, Tommy and I met at the Ringer. And we launched, he came as a co-host my last year with the Ringer. I did 3 years with the Ringer. And then we launched The Old Man and Three, but like, I don't know if my life is going to be in media. Like I'm just open to things, and I like what I'm doing right now. It's like when I was playing, I had the greatest job in the world. It was my dream to play in the NBA, and then this has just been fun. It's been rewarding, and I like doing it. I'm gonna ask him why the fuck do you have a podcast? Like, you're Kevin Durant, bro.
Like I said, man, I just like talking about the game. I just like talking, to be honest. Yeah. Just like you, man. Shit, you got so much knowledge and info, you wouldn't mind just sharing it, simple, so.
I think part of the appeal of the podcast too, in current media space, and granted, dude, like I work at ESPN sometimes, but like this really is what like the meat is.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we can really talk hoops with like, there's no commercial breaks here, man. There's
right. How long are we in? We're at least an hour in.
It's just a conversation about basketball, about memories, stories, whatever, connections. People that watch this or listen to this will be like Kevin and I were never teammates, but like there's a mutual respect there.
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of guys I have on, we have on. We don't know the guy before we even have him on.
Yeah.
But like they want to come on the show, we want to have them on the show. There's an inherent respect. There's peer to peer. So having conversations like that is, man, it's fun. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
And like what we were talking about earlier, like I love basketball. I knew I loved basketball when I played. I didn't realize how much I loved it till I retired.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Like I remember when I retired, I was like, man, I'm not really going to watch the NBA this year. I'm not going to really watch the NBA. And then I booked a golf trip first week of the NBA season, and I played
just to get away from.
Just because I'm like, I'm going to watch opening night. No, I'm going to book this golf trip. So I went and played golf, and then I got back, and that's when ESPN was like, do you want to come work for us? And I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. So then I was like, I'm going to work Tuesday. So I was like, I got to watch the game Monday night, And then I'm like, all right, I watched the game Monday night. And then like Tuesday turned into Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. And all of a sudden I'm like, I'm back on it. Like if the TV's on in my house, it's basketball. It doesn't matter. Like I've watched
a relationship.
I've watched more college basketball.
Almost dumped her, but he's back.
Women's college basketball, men's college basketball, NBA. Like if there's basketball on the television, I'm fucking watching. I don't care what it is.
We were watching McDonald's All-American. Like coming from the game, get to the house, put a game on, watching
I
game.
wanted to ask you guys about, we talk about this all the time with different guys. So like, who do you like watching in the league right now?
I was wondering, saying, would you like? Do you have rooting interests?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna name the guys that I'm super tight with. Like, I like watching CP play, but like the guy for me right now is Book. I love watching Book play.
I was gonna say
beautiful
Book.
game, beautiful game.
I was gonna say Book too. I mean, this is a pretty game for one, but I just think he's really mastering who he is right now. He's figuring it out, like how to play at an elite level, but still win. Because he always was scoring the ball, but he knows how to win.
For me, it's Kyrie. When he came back, did you remember what I texted you when he came back?
Yeah, I mean, he's like you said, he's just in his other planet, his other world. Like I reserve time to watch that. Yeah,
exactly.
Who else is on that? Who else is on that level? Take yourself out of it. Who else is on that level where you're like, okay, they operate differently. They operate on a different like tier than everybody else.
Joel, for sure.
He doesn't make sense.
It's ridiculous what he can do. I think Giannis is in that tier, especially when he's making them turnarounds from the post. Like he made one last night.
Yeah, we was bugging. We saw.
Yeah, like when he's making shots like that, it's just. And then I think Bron was reached that tier for me this year. The shot making was been incredible this season. Shit, there's so many dudes, bro. I just like watching. I like shot makers, and I feel like now in our league, it's so many great shot makers, and it might not be the superstar players, but it's some like Reggie Jackson to me has been making some amazing shots this year. Like guys like that have been playing well. Like fucking Sadiq Bey had 50 in the shots that he was making. He was shooting fadeaways in the post and fall away threes. I'm just like, I just love to see that shit. You know,
the thing about Giannis. I'm glad you brought him up because for a guy that people like knock his skill because he doesn't shoot threes at a high clip or whatever. And by the way, his mid-range field goal percentage has gone up literally every year in his career. He's shooting 42% from the mid-range this year, which is well above league average.
Way better than what he was before.
Yeah, low 30s. But like he's another guy. When you talk about like somebody mastering who they are, like he's just on his way every year, just mastering more and more and more. But the thing I like about him, and this is why I like watching him, is like we would be like, all right, guys, it's time to turn up. Like Giannis, you don't need to tell him that.
Yeah.
Like did you, the skills competition at All-Star break?
He's on
like he goes 100 out of 100 all the time.
There's a physicality.
And that, by the way, that is a skill. Like being able to do that every night.
A motor like that.
And the thing that impressed me, and I knew this about him, and I suspected this would happen. This guy wins 2 MVPs in a row. The following year, wins an NBA Finals. Is MVP of the Finals, has 50 in Game 6 in the closeout game. Short off season. Comes out looking for blood. Like he started the season so well. Where a lot of guys with a short off season probably would have taken it easy, probably would have taken it games off, and he just came out like Giannis, 100 out of 100.
Yeah, a short off season though is beneficial though, in my opinion.
Think so?
Yeah.
Why? Because
you don't get much of a break. Your mind is just still in game mode. I feel like 3 months off and just totally, your mind is not even focused on a game or preparing for a game. That's just a totally different world to me because I know how to like shut it off where I don't worry about basketball at all. Those two mindsets are just two different things. But when you stay locked in, even if you don't get up on your feet to play, you still really in it, in my opinion.